Well, here's a story that will remind you of the Hachiko story. A dog stayed by his owner's grave for weeks together in Chennai. Tommy's owner, 18-year-old Bhaskar Sriyo, passed away in an accident, but Tommy continued to remain loyal to his owner and guarded Bhaskar's grave. Tommy went without food or water for 15 days, and we can see the condition in which Tommy is at the moment. Well, this reminds us of the famous Hachiko story, where the dog waited for its owner not for just weeks or months but for years at a stretch. And a similar incident being reported from Chennai, which speaks about the kind of faith and loyalty that these dogs have in their owners. And my colleague Akshita joins us with more details on this. Well, Akshita, truly a heart-touching story.
Absolutely, Nishita. Once again, a testament to the kind of bond that's shared by dogs and humans. In fact, it is understood that this little dog was adopted by a teenager, Bhaskar, nearly 5 years ago, and since then the two almost became inseparable. They had developed a very close bond, but unfortunately the little boy, the teenager, had passed away in an accident. Now, soon after the funeral, he was cremated right there in Chennai, and we understand that Tommy refused to leave that grave. He stayed there for 15 days without going away for even a few minutes. He refused to eat, did not have any water, and just stood by that particular grave, almost guarding it. Nishita, it's understood that he wouldn't allow anyone to come near as well. Now, soon after almost 15 days, the Blue Cross was called in, and then, of course, they went on to rescue this dog, realizing that he was completely famished. He could barely move after 15 days because he hadn't eaten, he hadn't had even a drop of water, and, of course, knowing the soaring temperatures in Chennai, he refused to still move. And finally, of course, the Blue Cross did go ahead and rescue him, and we understand that he is being kept under their care, but even they have gone on to state that it seems almost like the dog has lost his spirit. He seems to almost be in a depression of sorts, so it looks like he's not forgotten his loyalty to his owner there, Nishita, and refuses to move on. He continues to stay loyal to the teenager who found him 5 years ago, and of course went on to feed him every single day and take him everywhere he went, Nishita.
Right, Akshita, thank you for joining us with all those details. And moving on now, former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa became an overnight hero as he came to the rescue of 5 people after their car fell into a water channel. He directed his escort staff to rescue the 5 members of a family. The incident occurred when Yediyurappa was heading towards Shikaripura after inaugurating the Jan Dhan scheme in Shimoga. The car that was ahead of his vehicle fell into a canal near Isur village. The driver of the car lost control of it when it was on its way from Shimoga to Shikaripura and fell into the Anjanapura canal near the Isur Chikkal Jogi Halli crossroad. PSY, who was passing by in his vehicle, asked driver Shivu to stop it. He then asked Shivu, S.I. Huchappa and other staff members in the escort team to rush to his family's rescue. Shashi, Veena, Shakuntalamma, Chennabasamma and 2-year-old Pranav Vijay were successfully pulled out of the canal into which they had fallen. Yediyurappa then dropped them at their relative's house in Shikaripura. And moving on now, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has lashed out at his cabinet over complaints from the public over their working hours. The Chief Minister is said to be upset over the lack of working hours being put in by his ministers. He has now instructed the ministers not to waste any time by going out for lunch and advised them to have lunch at office for at least 2 days in a week. The Chief Minister's instruction to ministers comes following increasing complaints from the public. The Chief Minister also asked the ministers to reserve 1 hour time to receive complaints from the public and the party workers. Let's not forget that this comes in the backdrop of the Chief Minister mulling over a cabinet expansion that is expected to take place after today. And the Chief Minister also has a big task at hand, as there are only 4 vacant posts, and he will have to take a decision as to who needs to be inducted and if there is any requirement for anyone to be asked to be removed from the cabinet. And keeping all these details in mind, the Chief Minister today took the ministers to task, especially considering the number of complaints that he had received that accused the ministers of not putting enough time to listen to the complaints and the grievances of the people. And well, the chant of Ganapati Bappa Moria can be heard across Bengaluru today as the nation celebrates Ganesh Chaturthi. Well, the city has welcomed Lord Ganesha with a festive fervour. People are participating in cultural programs with full festive spirit. Hundreds of people have thronged the Dodda Ganapati temple since early in the morning to participate in the Mahamangalarti. It is easily the biggest Ganesha temple in the city. The Dodda Ganesha temple, which literally means big Ganesha, boasts of an 18-foot tall and 16-foot wide statue of Lord Ganesha. It was constructed by Kempe Gowda, who is the founder of Bengaluru. This is the Dodda Ganapati temple, which does not only have religious or spiritual significance, but also a great amount of historical significance. Meanwhile, in Mumbai, several devotees were seen flocking the famous Siddhivinayaka temple. The temple, which is devoted to Lord Ganesha, is considered to be extremely special to worshippers. Hundreds and thousands of devotees make their way to the Siddhivinayaka temple on a regular basis. And on the occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi, the number of devotees, in fact, increases manyfold. Meanwhile, in Mysore, it was quite an amusing celebration of Ganesh Chaturthi as Narendra Modi was seen having a chai pe charcha with the elephant god. Well, this was a unique idol that was created by an artist. Let's not forget the kind of rage the Chai Pe Charcha campaign had created ahead of the elections, and capitalizing on this rage and this popularity of the campaign, artist created an idol which showed Narendra Modi sharing a cup of tea with Lord Ganesha. And celebrations there across the country. In Bengaluru, we saw celebrations begin early in the morning at the Dodda Ganapati temple. Of course, other Ganesha temples across the city will also be decked up on the occasion. In Mumbai, the celebration started at the Siddhivinayaka temple, one of the biggest temples in the country. And across the state too, we saw Ganesh Chaturthi being celebrated with all its fervour. In Gulbarga, Chitradurga, Chikmagaluru and Gadag, devotees lined up outside Ganesha temples from early in the morning to offer puja and then welcome their own individual Ganeshas home. Well, these were the scenes witnessed across the state in Gulbarga, Chitradurga, Chikmagaluru and Gadag, where devotees performed special pujas to Lord Ganesha on the occasion of Chauthi. While in Chitradurga and in Gadag, it was the traditional Ganesha idols in the southern part of the country, the ones made of black granite. In Gulbarga, it was a massive Ganesha that was painted on a rock that is believed to be shaped like the elephant god. And in Chikmagaluru, it was a beautiful brass Ganesha idol. And well-known Sandalwood actress Pooja Gandhi has decided to quit acting. She has taken up drama and she was seen acting and dancing on the stage in Bagalkote. It is said that Pooja was saddened by the dark truth of the casting couch in the Kannada film industry, and that is the reason why she has taken up drama instead of Sandalwood movies. In fact, these were the scenes witnessed in Bagalkote as Pooja Gandhi has reportedly decided to make the shift from sandalwood movies to drama, as she has been absolutely disheartened with the casting couch incident.
Yes, madre. ನೀವೆಂತ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಹುಡುಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ, ಆದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೀರ್ತನವರು ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕ್ರಿ?
ಹೌದಪ್ಪ, ಯಾವುದೂ ಒಂದೇ ಕಾಂತಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರವಿದ್ದಂತೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಊರಿನ.
In fact, there we have it, Pooja Gandhi making the transition from films to drama, as she is believed to have been completely disheartened with the shocking expose that your channel brought about the casting couch scandal within the Kannada film industry. And while the true magician's magic is to show his tricks without letting his audience know the secret behind it, but a famous magician in London is now left red-faced.
Magician Stephen Frayne, popularly known as Dynamo, is famous for his levitation stunts. Dynamo has stumped the people of London, including Prince Charles, several times. But the magician's latest levitation stunt failed to impress Londoners. Dynamo wanted to levitate above the tallest building in London, the Shard. But guess what caught the attention of the people more than his stunt? The wires used by Dynamo for his so-called levitation stunt were clearly visible. In fact, it was the wires that became the center of attraction rather than the magician. Dynamo became the joke of the day for the people who saw his flop show. Even Twitterati did not spare the 31-year-old magician. He should at least give every penny he's earned through cheating to charity. I suggest a special school. People on social media feeling genuinely betrayed that Dynamo the magician can't really levitate and has to use wires. LOL. Dynamo levitating on the Shard. Who saw the wires holding him? Fail. This is meant to be Dynamo levitating above the Shard. Can anyone else see the wire? Cheat. The stunt that Dynamo performed was a part of his new series of his television show Dynamo Magic Impossible. Dynamo's earlier stunts include one where he once levitated from the side of a bus in London. And another where he walked on the River Thames. Dynamo had earned a reputation in the field of magic, but one wrong stunt has made him lose it all. This incident will perhaps make other magicians across the world be extra careful while performing. A News9 report.